Hello, this is ZDs. Welcome back to another Mario Maker 2 video. Back to clearing more uncleared 2021 levels. I have the regular 5 for you today. I'm not 100% sure where we are with these uncleared levels. The last time I heard there was 16,000, but I guess that was from a couple weeks ago, so I don't know. Probably 15,000 or less now. You know, I did the regular 5 for you today, and I would do them in chronological order, which is how I beat them. But the Super Mario Bros. 3 level was clearly the climax to this video. Definitely the most intense one here. You see, this is a Mario Bros. 1 is a don't leave the ground level, which I hate. I generally hate it. And dodging these chain chomps, you know, I'm like, this is just annoying. But eventually I learned if you just hold right and run, you go right through them. And yeah, I did boo it before that. It does deserve a boo. I just don't like these kind of levels, but this is certainly a more interesting one than most. But you got the second section after those first 3 chain chomps where you're on a very long snake block and you're trying. There are Lactus throwing chain chomps, but also power-ups. One of them is actually throwing a progressive fire flower, so if you don't have a mushroom, he'll actually be throwing a mushroom and not a fire flower. You saw I lost the mushroom, but he had thrown it already, so he threw a fire flower. As long as you keep the fire flower on this part, this is very easy. My major complaint after beating this level is that this part lasts forever. And then you get to the next part. The next part is actually very easy to fail on. So the first part that I took a few lives to figure out, you know, very easy to get past. But then there's that long snake block section. Doing that over and over again is very annoying. So I guess second part, third part is a Super Mario Bros. 2 power-up level, and there's some red bullets, or there's a red bullet, which I can ride on top of. But I messed up right away there. I was gonna just start over, but I'm like, let's just see what's here. And a lot of times I would actually cut this part, especially on these don't leave the ground levels. But I just like, I'll leave it and I'll just show you how I figured this stuff out. So you go up here, and you actually, you know, it's kind of nice for him to keep giving these mushrooms out, just because, you know, if you lose it, you're screwed, right? But if you want to just check it out, you have multiple chances. So yeah, you go up, there's a bunch of chain chomps, there's some fire bars. But I landed pretty quickly on this right here. You will notice that these red bullets eventually they stop at a certain trajectory and just keep going the same way. So if I'm over here away from the chain chomps going straight up, I'm actually perfectly safe. And then I get all the way to the top to see what to do. There is a pipe, so I'd have to walk off the bullet bill at the perfect level so I get on the platform, right? That's the goal of the level. I'm gonna show you a couple of failures. So you get it at a certain angle, and then it stops, but it's actually moving to the left a little, which is a problem because I'm getting closer and closer to those chain chomps. And I'm hoping that I can avoid them. I keep moving to the right, but no, I got too close and he got me. But I don't remember. Oh, so I think I showed this one too. This guy stops at a trajectory heading a little bit to the right, and I'm like, okay, can I actually make it to the top without getting pushed off? No, I can't. I get pushed off. So the time I actually win, I do it pretty much perfectly. It's hard. It's a timing thing, obviously. So it's like, okay, am I perfect? If I can get it perfect at that perfect angle where I'm going straight up, I'll be safe. And I actually get it. I think am I going a little bit to the right here? Yeah, I am a little bit to the right. And I'm like, oh, can I make it? Can I make it? This is actually turns out to be 100% perfect because I'm against the wall and I can actually just enter the pipe from the bullet. So I don't know why he hit you with those ghosts. He's like, I'm gonna take away your Super Mario Brothers 2 power up. Honestly, like, I don't know if I could get the top of the pole with that Super Mario Brothers 2 power up, but I couldn't because I would lose the clear condition. So, yeah, there's no point because you're not gonna get to the top of that without losing the, without the Super Mario Brothers 2. So yeah, that was for all the don't leave the ground levels. That's not the worst. It's just they're tedious. They're always tedious. But I've seen so much worse than that. So I guess in the long run. Super Mario World level is a speedrun, a SASUKE speedrun. SASUKE is what the Japanese call Ninja Warrior, the show Ninja Warrior, if you ever saw that. It's these are a theme, genre of levels, a genre of speedrun levels that are almost always in NSMBU, New Super Mario Brothers style. And there's a reason for that, because at the end, there's the wall where you have to go up and around and you have to grab a vine. Pretty much always how it works in these levels. And it usually involves a perfect triple jump. So Super Mario World is a little different. But we'll see it when we get there. The first part, I hate these bumpers. They have sound effects on them. They're not the worst, though. Timer on this one isn't super tight. I hit the spring all of once. I was able to not do that except for that one time. Yeah, you just have to land perfectly. There's apparently a quick reset that I did that I forgot to cut. Yeah, the timer's not super tight on this, but like the wall portion of the level is very difficult. I kind of like this part. You have to swing, you have to jump at this perfect spot. I didn't have a good enough swing going to make that. But it's pretty forgiving. You don't have to be perfect. Sometimes these levels are obnoxiously difficult. This one isn't too bad. But for a minute I thought I wasn't gonna beat it. Actually, there was a couple points where I'm like, I don't know if I can beat this. Especially if the timer was super tight, which thankfully it's not. But it's best to get to that wall section with a lot of time left, because that is a difficult section. This fire bar part isn't too unforgiving. It's you can wait to see what you're doing. Like I said, at this point, you know, I'm still worried that the timer's gonna be super tight. You know, this one, I waited too long on that one. If you wait too long, you don't survive. But this isn't too bad. It's not too unfair. That thwomp that activates the on-off switch, that never mattered. I was a little worried that I was supposed to avoid that thwomp in the future. So this is the section that actually got me to boo it, which maybe not necessary, but I don't like these snake blocks that are the lava lift sections, gold platform sections. This was kind of hard to figure out. So you jump to the second one and you're like, well, how do I possibly get to that platform to the right, the ground? And I probably died a few times there, and I'm like, no, this sucks. Yeah, I just did not like that setup, but it's not hard at all. So I honestly, this one, I don't regret booing it, but it's not as bad. I don't like it very much. You get past that, you just walk off, by the way. If you just run off, it's fine. There's always these sections. They love doing this with the boos and clown cars that you have to push around. Not sure what that's all about. There's probably something from the show that I'm not remembering. Or maybe it's the Japanese specific show. I think I watched a lot of the Japanese. They used to air it on, what, Spike TV or something? Cable channel. Here's the wall part. I almost got it that first time, but you have to be running with P-Speed, where you have the backwards Naruto arms, although Mario originated that. Yeah, and then if you get at the perfect angle, you can get up there. You jump at the perfect time with that P-speed. You see, if you go up that hill, you lose the P-speed, so you don't have the arms behind you. You don't have the... If you're not running, you don't get the height. So we'll watch a full run of this one. The speed runs, I usually like to do full runs. Yeah, this jump off the ice block's not super hard, but I died a few times there. Claw, sometimes, if you have bad timing, you can get bad claw spawns. But it's that section is not too bad. I let the thump hit the on and off. Like I said, I'm not sure if that's just an aesthetic thing or not. You can probably jump far enough away from the thump where you won't activate it. A little bit of waiting here, but that's fine. Yeah, just go as fast as possible. Up there, just run off here. The momentum will carry you, actually. Yeah, the more time you have at the end, obviously the more attempts you have at the wall section. Yeah, this level really isn't too bad. It's easier. I've definitely played at least one Ninja Warrior level that I can remember, SASUKE. That was in SMBU was far more obnoxious than this. So I missed that first one. I got pretty good. Yeah, you have to get to the very edge and jump before you lose that P-speed. If you're going up a slope at all, you do lose it. I thought maybe I could do this. I have plenty of time. I got here with like 25 seconds left. You do a little spin jump, you gain a little speed, and hey, I got it. There, I was surprised. Actually, like having tried that a couple of times, I probably got. Maybe I got to the end twice. I don't remember. I thought maybe I couldn't do this because I was not having an easy time getting there. I don't remember how many lives we started with. That one has 177 tries before I got it, but I didn't try it that many times. I think it was over 100 when I started, but it took me quite a few lives. So I get to the NSMBU level, which I always fear these because there's so many speedruns left, but this one only has like 8 tries. And I'm like, this must be terrible because people tried it and they immediately gave up on it. This is a boss rush. You'll notice that the clear condition is defeat 1 Meowser. And there's actually a pretty common theme with these last 3 levels. Bowser fights. The Bowser fight in the Super Mario Bros. 3 level is the worst boss fight I've seen in a while anyway. But you know what? We start off on this one with this Lemmy fight in this very messy room. I thought this was going to be like the worst level I've ever seen. Because the Lemmy fight is really bad. But thankfully it turns out that this is the only really hard part of this level. But I imagine a few people who played it before got to this, lost to Lemmy, and then quit because it was awful. So I got the key easy enough, but what wasn't easy is I had major problems getting out of here. And the problem is it's hard to defeat Lemmy under this section, under this long seesaw at the very top of the level, because he always bounces up, so it's like he ends up here. And yeah, there I tried to slide out, and I immediately booted. I'm like, this is garbage. This room is garbage. And I'm not a big fan of boss rushes in any case. But if this room were less shitty, and here I'm trying to beat him under the platform, and I end up dying. He never comes out of his damn shell there. And then the third try, I get up on top again, and I'm like, I easily get out of it that time, and I'm not even sure why I had so much trouble the previous time, but I did, so I don't know. I did check I just checked the program to make sure that I should hit that on-off switch, because sometimes people troll around with that shit. But the fact is, the rest of this level is super easy. He made a very elaborate room for Lemmy, and then got really bored apparently after that. He definitely doesn't even have all the Koopalings. He only has like about, I don't know, 3 or 4 of them. Which, thankfully, because no one wants to go through every single boss, especially on a clear condition kill Bowser level where you'd have to fight every single Koopaling, probably Bowser Jr. and Boom Boom, before you get to Bowser. That can be bad. So Roy goes down super easy. He can barely, there's not even a ceiling for him to drop from, I don't think. Third boss is Ludwig. Unfortunately, I get hit. I got a propeller, but I get hit pretty quick. But the venue is mostly above him, and he drops down on the ground to do his little spinny thing. Very easy, because he'll be below you, and he'll pop up, and it's easy to kill him at that point. Just stand above him, he'll just jump up right into you. I don't even know what's down here until there's nothing down here, so there's not even spikes or lava or anything. But yeah, you do want to hit those on-offs every time, and then there's a unnecessary other room where you transfer. I don't know, it's very silly. And then you have a Martin fight, and Martin's kind of difficult. He gives you power-ups before every boss fight, so it's really not that bad. The challenge of this room is that you never know where his damn fire is gonna go. He also has wings, which makes him obnoxious because he stays in the air too long there. I almost got hit by the fire. I'm a little afraid that fire's coming down, but no, it goes kind of in the middle of the air. So yeah, he came up right in the middle there, so I was able to, I know he's gonna jump right away. So yep, there's that. Martin goes down pretty easy. You get a Fire Yoshi, and then you have a Bowser and Bowser Jr. fight. Obviously, there's a clear condition to kill Bowser, but with a Fire Flower and a Red Yoshi, this is very easy. As long as I keep them, it'd be hard if I lost these. So I killed Bowser very easily. It's very easy to take him out with this firepower. But I want to take out Bowser Jr. in case he has a key or something. He doesn't. He's just there as a distraction, I guess. And then he does put the bumper over the goal, which I was very scared that was going to be really difficult to get through. But either I got lucky right with like the second try I got in there, or it's not very hard setup. I don't know. Bad level, but not, you know, very easy. It only took me 3 lives. I died twice on Lemmy, and then I died once on Lemmy, and I died once trying to get out of his venue. We're on to the 3D world level. This is sadly the best level of this video, but this one is not that bad. It's actually fairly challenging, and you know, some fun platforming. But he's got a clear condition where it's kill one Meowser, and while that's fine, it's so unnecessary, and the fight is so lame. It's kind of a wet fart to end the level on, I guess. It's just anticlimactic. And I died a lot on this level too, but not at Meowser. These hot chops killed me a few times. If you bounce off their head, they actually get stunned for a second, which I don't know if I ever realized that. But yeah, so you want to bounce off their head so you stun them. If you don't stun them, they follow you around. Watch out for this icicle, easy enough to avoid. It's not a super interesting level either. Blow up this wall is kind of annoying because the way it's set up, it's very, you kind of want to prime it because it's hard to get through that one gap right there. I don't ever think I actually took this pipe down here. I wonder if that's a death door. But yeah, I want to try to blow up this pipe. For whatever reason though, giving these bombs like a little area to fall in, I messed up more than once right there and died. Probably 2 or 3 times that I died at these stupid bombs. Yeah, I had a hard time. It's hard for me to judge. I don't know. There I blew up 2 of them because it was on a little bit of a bounce. That's what you need. Two block a gap, very easy. And here you see me try to avoid. I don't know if this is a mean level yet. So a lot of people will try to crush you with those those exclamation blocks. So yeah, that's why I jump right away, because it's very easy to avoid being killed by him in most cases, but people love to control you with those things. So this is probably the hardest part of the level, and remember this section when we get to the next level Bowser fight, because it very much reminds me of that. Yeah, you have to, this guy will stand over these 2-block gaps. So what you need to do is drop the donut block and then knock him into the pit before it comes back. That's very hard to do, actually. You saw me bounce off his side. Yeah, you'll see there's a moment in the Bowser fight in the next level. This is so much like this. And this one just, it works better in every way. It's actually kind of fun to figure out. Probably my favorite part of this level. This swamp part is a little more difficult than it seems. I'm trying to figure out how not to get crushed. I'm trying to figure out a good strategy for not getting squished by these guys. And I think I overthink it, really. And I slip between two of them and they crush me. So we'll start right there again. I wanted to actually do a Z-spin. The way he puts the door makes it hard to do that because you accidentally hit up and... Oh, messed up there. See, I'm just trying to be safe here because it's very scary. And we got through it. Not too bad, really. Got a little bit of a puzzle here with this bullet blaster. We want to get through that wall. He does have some reset doors, so he's pretty generous with the, how this works. So if I accidentally kill the bullet blaster or put it in the wrong spot... But it's easy enough when you drop it. You just go through this pipe and you're on the other side. It shoots the wall. Bullets breaking these brick blocks, that only happens in 3D world. Most bullets are kind of incorporeal in the other styles. They go through everything. But they do hit walls in 3D world, which I like. It makes some interesting differences. And then you can just go back. I did notice you could just go back and hit the on-off switch, and I'm like, he's not gonna just let me do that, right? Yeah, apparently he forgot that. Shouldn't allow me to go backwards, but whatever. It doesn't really help me that much. I mean, it does a little bit. Lets me explore safely. And then we have the clear condition left. Kill Meowser, so he's got to be through this pipe, right? This could... You don't get a power-up in this level, so you could easily die here. Especially when Meowser, you know, sometimes will jump up and shoot you right in the face, but he has a big enough venue where you can avoid him. He wants you to kill him with these power blocks, which apparently small Meowser, thank God it's small Meowser, only takes 2 hits. If you were to miss him with a power block, you could reset the room and try again. So it's not that bad, not that unfair, but it was a pretty lame fight. And I might have given it a like if not for that clear condition Meowser. If the Meowser fight was more interesting, which Meowser fights are very hard to make interesting, but yeah, not a bad level though. I didn't boo it. But, you know, for a clear condition level, how long did that take me? Yeah, like 4 minutes. That's unnecessary. Shouldn't have a clear condition. Should have a checkpoint. Obviously, it would have been beaten already. But it hadn't even had that many tries either. So we're on to the Super Mario Bros. 3 level. This one is a very long, intricated level. Intricated? Is that even... I don't know what that word is. Intricate. That's what I mean. This guy was clearly trying to make a difficult level. So, you know, I mean, you can respect that. And it boggles my mind how this guy actually cleared this in the clear check time. Because it's very... the finale is very dependent on RNG. But, yeah. What's like Bowser is not having it today, I think, is... So you got a Bowser fight. Bowser in Super Mario Bros. 3, the original game was a pretty good fight. And people will try to replicate that fight in Super Mario Maker 2. It never really works. I feel like the Bowser programming in the Super Mario Bros. 3 style specifically is not great, I would say. But you know what? I didn't even get to the Bowser fight. I had already booted long before that, and it's because of this section right here. Maybe a kind of a bitch boo, but this section is annoying. So you have to throw the shell and get it to bounce up to the next level. And it's very difficult. It's very specific how you have to throw this Koopa. And I could not figure it out for the longest time. I probably died in this room 4 or 5 times before I figured it out. It's just, where do you throw it from, man? I would have liked an indicator. I feel like he should have just made it so it worked better and so it wasn't so janky. Yeah, you can throw a shell a little faster if you're running or walking forward. Gives it more momentum. I was trying different things. I never got it to work very well. I mean, I did eventually figure out exactly one place where I could stand where it would work, basically. And after like the 3rd or 4th time, I'm like, this is stupid. Why does this work? Or why doesn't this work? So yeah, if you get him to the next level, I kind of just showed when I hit that block, you have to bounce them off of that. So I figured it out right here. You can only stand in one spot where it works. It's very weird, very janky. Just not. It really should have made this to work better. Basically, is what I need. Yeah, you see me mess around in here a lot, and you notice this video is probably like at least a little longer than I usually like to make. Usually like half hour. I'm a little over that this time. It's just how it turns out with these levels. You know what? Every other level I played this video, 20 minutes. That Super Mario Brothers World, SMBW or whatever, Super Mario World. Actually, sorry, that's the only one that took me nearly 20 minutes. The other ones were all well under 20 minutes. That one took me about 20. This one took me about 55 minutes, I think it was. But it's mostly because of the Bowser shit. I think I think it does take me about 20 minutes to get to the Bowser fight. But then it took me 40 minutes to beat it. So, yep, there I won there. It took me a while to figure out, but I got there. The next part, not too bad. You have a red coin section. He makes this difficult, so there's some challenge here. There is a mushroom you can go back and get. It respawns, through a pipe, so it's pretty fair. Even if he were to only give you like a couple mushrooms, it would be pretty fair. If he gave you one, it might be a little too much, but it would only be annoying because you would have to go back and do that stupid Koopa crap again. We will get to. There are checkpoints in this level, thank God. This guy could have been a dick like the last guy and said, kill one Bowser to beat the level. That would have been awful. Because he had to have beat it in one life with that Bowser fight at the end of this. Which, like, when you see it, you'll see how bad it is. And how hard it's got to be to beat the whole level all at once. Whereas the last 2 levels really weren't that difficult. They both had that clear condition, but they weren't very difficult. So yeah, you do need a mushroom to get into this pipe. And we are rewarded with the checkpoint. That's the first checkpoint. So you might have noticed from the description of this level that it says there's a Bowser Jr. as well. The first section we have to defeat Bowser Jr. The second section we have to defeat Bowser Jr. And then the third section is Bowser fight, pretty much always. Only here's another bomb priming throwing section. This one a little annoying. I feel like if he had not put that wall right there, it would have been a little. The silver wall above there is what I'm talking about, because it kind of blocks your shot. So you really have to. He also has shit like, you know, potaboos and a fire bar down there, so you can't like go down there and wait. And you have to be really careful that he doesn't blow up your bridge. Yeah, priming these and throwing it actually makes it very difficult because the Lakitu is throwing bombs that are already lit, so it's hard to judge the timing. I can't get this. And then he throws one and I get nervous and he throws it right on top of my head. There's a skull platform to the left too. I did wonder if there was a reason for that, or maybe he wanted me to throw it on the skull platform. I don't know. It doesn't make any sense. I never used it. I mean, I saw it and I tried it, but so you get past that. There's a key door, and there's only one enemy that could really have. I mean, the Lakitu could have the key, I suppose, but it would be very hard to hit him. So you go through the door, and there's a Bowser Jr. fight. You'll notice that there is a Hammer Brother that's attached to a piranha plant throwing hammers. So the second time I get to him, I actually take another bomb with me, and I immediately kill that Hammer Brother, which really actually would help. But as soon as I hit the Bowser Jr., he kills me. You're fighting him in a very tight area, so the third time I get to him, I accidentally enter the door. I meant to jump back and get another bomb, but and you can't go back, so I'm like, oh well, I guess I'm fighting him with the Hammer Brother there. You can avoid the Hammer Brother pretty easily. Yeah, I almost died there. Bowser Jr. is very easy in most styles after Super Mario Bros. 3 because you can spin jump on him and it stuns him. Harder in the earlier versions. I think Super Mario Bros. 3 is probably the most difficult one. So the second checkpoint, we're entering the evil Bowser fight. This is probably the worst Bowser fight I've ever seen. First of all, he kind of emulates the Super Mario Bros. 3 Bowser fight where you have to break him through the floor. And that would be fine, but then it doesn't really work. Like, I played Super Mario Bros. 3 not too long ago. I don't know if it even really works there. He does give you a lot of power-ups, but a limited amount anyway. If they were, you know, they reset, maybe. I will say, when I watched this video over again, this took me like maybe a dozen tries before I was able to beat him. You have to get down this next level, and then there's a third level, and that's where the final battle is. It took me one try to get to the final, the third level, and then I probably spent like half an hour trying to get back there. I only got down there like 3 times. So this section is the horrible section because you have to drop these donut blocks, and he has to jump right where the donut blocks would be, and they reappear super fast, right? You have to have, I think, at least 3 donut blocks dropped, and he has to drop in the exact spot. And the Super Mario Bros. 3 Bowser is super poorly programmed where he doesn't drop where you want him to. Look, he should have went right where I was, right? Goes backwards. Why does he go backwards? As far as I know, he's programmed much better in the actual game than he is in, so I'm trying to figure this out. I don't figure it out very well. I'm trying to look at it. he can trigger those on-off switches by jumping on them. And you get a P-switch here, which opens the pipe to the left. And I don't see it this time, but it's actually a fire flower. You get that fire flower, you're good. If you can keep the fire flower. You can also hit them with beetles, but that's very difficult. And there's also spinies shooting spines at you. We're just gonna go to the last life because I took forever to get back there, and I probably died 2 or 3 times on the final level. We're gonna watch a whole, and I'm not gonna speed it up. I thought about speeding it up, but it's like you should watch how long and this takes. And imagine getting to this boss fight from the beginning, and you have to beat it with all the Bowser RNG bullshit in one life. I didn't see what the upload time was. I should have looked, but it had to have been like nearly the whole 500 second. So yeah, the life that I actually win on, I got pretty lucky. I think it does take me a while to get him to break these. But this is the hard part. It's very hard to get him to jump in the exact spot you need him to. It just doesn't work. It just because he very randomly chooses where to jump, and you lose your power up. If you can bounce back up here, you can grab another one, which is nice. But you have to use it. You really don't want to be fighting this guy without a power up, because a lot of times when you're trying to get him to jump where you want, and I did lose it here too. Yeah, I can't believe he didn't hit that last donut block. So he hit me there. I got to get the other mushroom. I'm out of mushrooms now. But I want that P-switch. That's what I want. Here he jumps right over me. He doesn't even do the pound. But yeah, you get that fire flower, you're pretty safe. You might, if you get hit, you might have to do it again. But at least you have a mushroom at that point still. Not enough spinies above to really bother you. You just have to hope he doesn't fire right in your face. Sometimes he'll fire right in your face. But very easy to get. If you get that fire flower, you're safe. I was very afraid he was going to try to kill me here, but he doesn't. It's just a tease. I'm sure you could get hit, but if you have the fire flower, you're pretty safe. And that's the level. Yeah, what a pain in the ass. If you've made it this far, thanks so much for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you next week. Probably. I don't know, Christmas is coming up too. There might be a gap. We'll see what happens. Thanks so much. Bye.